Well, this Sunday is May the 4th, and if you love science fiction, you know it's Star Wars Day because, of course, May the 4th be with you. There are special celebrations all over as we celebrate the iconic franchise that started way back in 1977.
One of those celebrations will be at Chaval's in Portland. It's the 4th annual Star Wars dinner, and joining us this morning are Ilma Lopez and Damien Sansonetti to talk about the event. You might remember these guys because they were here on Arcmade yesterday for Pizza Week, which is so funny. We reached out separately about these awesome topics. I reached out about the pizza, you reached out about Star Wars.
Yeah, of course, being a Star Wars geek, you know, I was trying to work that out.
I love it. So let's talk about this event and what can people expect. How did you come up with this idea?
I've been a Star Wars fan since the first time I saw the movie when I was a little kid, and ever since then I was captivated by it and just was fascinated with the characters, the storyline, and even as the universe expanded and everything, you know, I love it. It's a great, you know, escape from everything, and it's just fun. And it's something that, you know, has gone through a couple generations now. And when we opened up our first restaurant, Piccolo, here about 13 years ago, 14 years ago, she entertained my idea of throwing a Star Wars dinner on May the 4th. And she's like, okay, we'll see if anybody comes. Like, I don't care. I just want to have fun, cook like weird food and have a good time. And we've sold it out every year since then. And we take a different approach to doing the Star Wars food. So some of it's a literal translation because there's food in Star Wars, but you really have to dig deep into it. And sometimes we'll interpret things or make characters out of food too and certain things like that. And she's, you know, taken her own spin on a couple of things too. And we do stuff at the Ugly Duckling as well, so on the weekend or the day of too. So, and we have a couple of examples of some of the stuff we're doing this year for you guys.
Yeah, well, before we get to that real quick, I want to talk about your basement to show people what a Star Wars geek you are. We have some pictures that you guys sent me, and let's talk about you, that you have to walk down there every now and then. Sometimes you got to go, come on, man.
But like, okay, so this is my whole take. If I do have to worry about something with him, it's about like bots chipping in with the Star Wars and stuff, but that's the only thing. Right. That's the only thing, you know, like.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people buy cars. He just buys Star Wars and stuff. So like, if you really think in the biggest scheme of things, not a big deal.
Yeah, look at, I mean, look at, how long have you been collecting this? Since you were born?
It's been quite a few years, yeah. And like, a lot of it's like nostalgic things of reclaiming your childhood and like, you know, those times and having fun and the innocence of everything. But then it's, you know, also getting into it, and then the Star Wars community is very big, and the collecting community is very big, and you get to meet people from all over the world. And there were Star Wars toys and things manufactured in different countries that are pretty cool, and people have different interpretations of things, of all that.
He does a Star Wars janky swap. Like they do, like seriously.
Yeah,
so for Christmas,
like a community, and we do like a
Secret Santa
basically with people all over the world. And you ship out stuff and you get stuff and stuff like that.
I love it.
So,
That's awesome though. And like you said, I mean, you probably meet so many awesome people around the world.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about all the things you brought.
Cool.
I wish I knew more about Star Wars. So some of this kind of looks familiar, but explain, you know, what we got going on here.
Go for it.
So, I mean, we'll start off with, I mean, we make some of the cocktails. So we do some cocktails when we do the event every year. You know, this one's Greedo shot first, even though we know he didn't. So, you know, it's a green cocktail. Then we have what we call like our Sith Sipper and also the Mustafar Punch. So, you know, they're fun names. They're different colored and how our bar manager Asher makes them up, but they're delicious and you're going to enjoy them while you're, you know, having a dinner with us. So, and like some of the food, like I said, like there's some interpretations of things. So like this year we're doing a hot cinnamon and smoked paprika popcorn. So we got a red glaze, candy glaze in the popcorn with smoked pimenton, cayenne pepper, and cinnamon and sea salt and brown butter on there.
Oh my goodness.
So, and it's like, we call it like the Imperial popcorn because, you know, Imperial, it's like usually red stuff and everything. So, no, it's like a little poke on that, you know. It's fun when you start something off, popcorn, everybody loves popcorn.
Oh, yeah. Look at that, what's all that, let's just
The toast is, wow.
So then the toast is fun because.
What is that, the green stuff?
So,
Is it broccoli?
So we call it the Dagobah swamp toast.
Yeah.
So, you know, in Empire Strikes Back, Yoda's feeding Luke his stew, and it's a root leaf and fungus spore stew, right? So we interpret that as, you know, we have roasted kale, sauteed mushrooms, there's a cashew garlic cream on the bottom, and then we finish it with some pickled fennel seeds and then some matcha powder as well on top of it, and it's on sourdough bread, so it's vegan. And then that way, you know, I mean, Yoda was eating pretty much vegan there, eating, you know, foraging and whatever. So it's an interpretation of kind of like that idea of that dish into there.
It looks amazing.
We have like a minute left. Let's talk about what you have on top and then also this other dish over here next to the Stormtrooper.
So this is Ilma's interpretation of the Sarlacc and the Sarlacc pit.
Cecil feeling.
And the what?
It's a pastry cream, caramel sea salt pastry cream inside. So like when you bite the bread, you have like all pastry cream all inside the bread. Wow. And this one?
So then this one in The Force Awakens, we're introduced to a new character, the Porgs.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then you see later in the movie Chewbacca roasting them, and the Porgs like looking on like haplessly, like, why'd you eat one of our guys? So we're doing, so it's a roasted quail that we stuff with a local sausage and black mission fig stuffing, and then roast that up with sauteed spinach because we're on like an island and everything, and then we finish it off with some smoked beef tallow as well. Yeah. So it's all kind of interpreted in different ways, but you're actually going to be eating like legitimately really good, tasty food.
That's the thing. I mean, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I would come for these dishes for sure, and the drinks.
Oh, absolutely. Now, for more information on not only the Star Wars meal coming up, maybe people can go next year or whatever too. Some of the other and some of the other events that are taking place at your place, where can they go?
They can visit our website. They can follow us on social media on Instagram and Facebook as well. And always check through Resi too, because stuff will pop up through there, and we do that with the reservation system as well.
Okay, and hopefully we have you guys back on very soon.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you guys.
May the force be with you.
Yes, and may the fourth be with you.
Thank you.
Happy